The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Betensured.
It's another exciting week right here again. Welcome to another episode of The Insured Zone, brought to you by Betensured, your go-to source for sports predictions and analysis. I'm your host, Tim, and I'm excited to share our topics from the big games for this week. And of course, the Euros 2024 and the Copa America knockout stages continue. And so you definitely expect some of the games to feature in our picks for this week. And do well to like, subscribe, and share to enjoy more premium predictions like this one from Betensured. Before I move on, let's take a look at our predictions fed from last week.
Smarter the bank all the time with Betensured. Choose Betensured.
And last week, more than 80% of the 8 predictions we predicted were correct. And in the game involving Colombia and Costa Rica, our full-time predictions for Colombia to win at 20 was on point, and the same is the SWP for Colombia to win either half. But although Colombia won the game 3-0, it is safe to say that it was all a win-win for that game. Moving into the match involving Paraguay and Brazil, we predicted a straight full-time away win for Brazil at 2-1. And although the game ended with Brazil winning 4-1, my expert pick of over 6.5 corner kicks was on point, as the game produced 10 corner kicks in that game. Switzerland versus Italy ended in an under 2.5 goals of 2-0 win to Switzerland, which also was a positive full-time prediction that we gave. Also on point is the expert pick of over 7.5 corners, as the game also provided 10 corner kicks altogether from both teams. We also predicted Vasco da Gama to win versus Botafogo, which was also on point, as the full-time result ended 1-0, and our expert pick of over 4.5 bookings came through, as the game produced 7 bookings altogether. I could actually keep going on, and you'd realize that right here at Betensured, we are the best in the game when it comes to accurate sports predictions and analysis. And if you're a punter and you wish to always smile to the bank, be sure to always trust Betensured to guide you through your sport picks. Alright, moving away from last week's predictions, let's now get into the predictions for the top games for this week.
Smarter the bank all the time with Betensured. Choose Betensured.
And now starting from the Euros 2024 quarter-final fixtures between Spain and Germany at the MHP Arena in Stuttgart, Germany. This is definitely a true definition of battle of two giants. In fact, many football fans are already tipping the winner of this tie to go all the way into winning the Euros outrightly. In the last 8 meetings between both teams, Spain have won 3 times, Germany winning only once, and there have been a record of 4 draws between both of them. While Spain have been undefeated in their last 7 games, Germany have been unbeaten in their last 8, and in the last 4 meetings between both teams, Spain have remained unbeaten. And interestingly, Germany has failed to keep a clean sheet against Spain in those 4 meetings. The meeting between both sides has seen more than 10.5 corners occur 6 times out of 8, and there have also been an under 2.5 goals 7 times out of the 8 in their encounters. So after carefully studying the statistics, Spain seemed to be the team with a slight edge, but we still consider the fact that home advantage factor could actually count for Germany, and also putting into consideration how sharp both attack have been in the past matches. So for the full-time prediction, I'll be going for both teams to score at about 1.77 odds. I will score at 1-2 in favor of Germany. And meanwhile, my expert pick for this game will be an over 8.5 corner kicks at 1.65 odds. Another blockbuster match from the Euros 2024 quarterfinals is Portugal taking on France. This is definitely the match which will be involving Kylian Mbappe taking on his idol Cristiano Ronaldo, a man that he had always idolized even before he became a professional footballer. This game is the one that is expected to shake up bookmakers, considering the fact that it is even difficult to figure out who exactly it is that is going to take this win in this game. So let's get down to the stats of this match. France so far are yet to score a goal from open play, and as crazy as it might seem, it is surprising that they had just 2 own goals to their favor, a penalty scored, which is really an odd stats given how star-studded this France team is. For Portugal, meanwhile, their round of 16 game against Slovenia wasn't so convincing. Ronaldo missed the penalty in the extra time before converting successfully in the penalty shootout, and with the game ending at 0-0 after normal time and extra time. So for France, they have been unbeaten in their last 7 matches and also remain unbeaten in their last 3 matches against Portugal. Meanwhile, Portugal has recorded an over 2.5 goals 5 times of their last 7 matches, and against each other, there have been less than 4.5 bookings in the last 7 meetings between both sides. And also, there have been an under 10.5 corner kicks as well as an under 2.5 goals 4 times out of the last 5 meetings. So after carefully looking at the stats, My full-time prediction for this one will be an under 2.5 goals at 1.53 odds, with the correct score at 1-0 in favor of France. And my expert pick for this one is going to be half-time over 10.5 shots towards goal.
Smart to the bank all the time with Betensured. Choose Betensured.
And definitely still out of Euros 2024, we have another quarterfinal fixture coming up between England and Switzerland coming up on the 6th of July. And after England's spirited comeback against Slovakia in the round of 16 at Euros 2024, they are now up against a team that has been brilliant in all fronts in Switzerland. Going into this tournament, I'm not so sure that many people will expect Switzerland to play as fantastic as they have shown so far in this tournament, and the credit has been to a former Arsenal man, Granit Xhaka. This man has only suffered 2 losses, one with the national team and one with Leverkusen in the Europa League final since he left Arsenal. It is not left to be known if this might be the end of the road for England due to the below par performances in the Euros, or even if Switzerland will take another giant step again in edging closer to a European success by defeating England. Now let's check out the stats. Interestingly, Switzerland has failed to defeat England in 10 occasions, with England winning 8 times and recording 2 draws between both sides. For England overall, they are unbeaten in their last 4 games, but Switzerland on the other hand, they are unbeaten in 8 games, including matches from the Euros. The Swiss has taken the lead at halftime 5 times in their last 7 games. England have recorded under 2.5 goals in their last 5 games, and they are really struggling to score goals right now, and same can be said for Switzerland, only that their record can be stretched to 8 times out of their last 10. So looking at the head-to-head between both teams, England have won the last 5 against Switzerland. There have also been an under 2.5 goals between them about 4 times out of 5, as well as an under 10.5 corner kicks as well. And this might be a tight one, no doubt, but for my prediction and full-time, I'll be going for an under 2.5 goals at 1.51 odds, and the correct score will be a 1-1, and my expert pick definitely will be at least a half draw at 1.36 odds. And up next is the quarterfinal fixture involving Argentina taking on Ecuador at the NRG Stadium in Houston, United States. This is a battle between FIFA's #1 ranked nation against the 30th ranked team. And both teams have met 17 times, with Argentina winning 9 times, Ecuador winning 3 times, and there have been a record of 5 draws taking place between both teams, with their last draw game dating back 2 years ago when they played out a 1-1 draw in the World Cup qualification match. Now checking out the stats between both teams, in the team streaks, Argentina has recorded straight wins in their last 8 games, keeping an incredible 6 clean sheets in the process. They have been the first team to score 4 times in the last 5 matches, so it's okay to say they are in some super hot form right now. But prior to their last group stage match against Peru, which we won 2-0, Lionel Messi was on the bench because he had to deal with an injury. It has not left to be seen if he will be fit enough to play against Ecuador, because he's really been an important player for Argentina in the Copa America. Although they won against Peru without Messi, but you wouldn't want to compare the kind of threat that Peru will bring to Argentina to that of Ecuador. Ecuador, on the other hand, hasn't been in a convincing form of late. They struggled against Mexico in that stalemate, creating only 9 chances. So now looking at the stats of this game, our prediction model is backing Argentina to go all the way to take the straight win at 1.50 odds, with the correct score at 2-0. And for my expert pick, I'm going to be seeing Argentina doing all the pressing, so I'll go for Ecuador full time over 7.5 goal kicks at 1.55 odds.
Smart to the bank all the time with Betensured. Choose Betensured.
Still, of course, in the Copa America quarterfinals, we've got another game coming up between Venezuela and Canada. The last time these two met was about 10 years ago, and the game ended in a draw, but that might not really be important anymore, considering the fact that you probably will want to say football has evolved and both teams have new set of players compared to the last 10 years. But let's get on with the statistics already. Venezuela has been a different team entirely in the last few matches. They have been unbeaten in their last 4 games. Meanwhile, for Canada, their form isn't too convincing. Only 1 win in the group stage of the Copa America, unlike Venezuela, who won all of their games in the group stage. Now with this start, I'll be going for Venezuela to win or draw at 1.45 odds, with a score at 1-0. My expert pick for this one will be halftime under 5.5 corner kicks at 1.37 odds. You're still onto the Ensured Zone with Betensured, and definitely it is Tim, your host right here on the show. We're giving you all our top picks, games coming up this week in our super amazing predictions, proudly brought to you by Betensured. Now, moving away from the Euros and the Copa America, there is a big top 4 clash coming up between Palmeiras and Bahia in the Brasileiro Serie A. Looking at the stats between both teams, the defense of both teams have been so poor in recent times, with Palmeiras failing to keep a clean sheet in their last 3 games and Bahia not only keeping a clean sheet in their last 5 games. In the head-to-head between both teams, they have less than and under 2.5 goals 5 times in their last 7, and both teams lack discipline with more than 4.5 bookings happening 4 times in their last 5 meetings, and there have also been more than 10.5 corners. So for the full-time predictions, I'll go for home to win or draw at 1.20 odds with a score at 1-0, and my expert pick will be an over 4.5 bookings at 1.39 odds. And I can also go for an home win or draw and under 3.5 combo at 1.60 odds.
Smile to the bank all the time with Betensured. Choose Betensured.
And then on the 9th of July, we got a UEFA Champions League qualification match between Virtus and Steaua Bucharest. And this is a really tight encounter. On this one, I'll be going for home to win or draw at 1.35 odds with a score at 2-1 in favor of the home team. And my expert pick for this one is going to be home team to win either half at 1.40 odds. And now just to run through the rest of the prediction that I got right here, still in the UEFA Champions League qualifications, Vikingo against Shamrock Rovers. I'll be going for Vikingo straight home win at 1.28 odds with a correct score at 3-0, and my expert pick is going to be home team halftime draw no bet. On Wednesday, 20th of July, Dynamo Minsk taking on Punik Yerevan. I'll be going for both teams to score for that one with a correct score at 3-2 in favor of the home team, and my expert pick will be an over 7.5 corner kicks. In the Europa League qualification, Velez will take on Inter Turku. I'll go for full time over 2.5 goals with the correct score at 3-1 in favor of the away team, and my expert pick for this one will be second half over 0.5 goals at 1.20 odds. And that's all for the predictions for this week. I'll go for a recap once again for those of you that couldn't catch it earlier. Both teams to score in Spain versus Germany at 1.77 odds. My expert pick for that one is going to be over 8.5 corner kicks at 1.65 odds. Under 2.5 in Portugal versus France at 1.53 odds. My expert pick for this one is going to be halftime over 10.5 shots towards goal. Under 2.5 in England versus Switzerland at 1.51 odds. My expert pick on that one is going to be at least a half draw at 1.36 odds. Argentina straight win versus Ecuador at 1.50 odds. My expert pick on that one is Ecuador full-time over 7.5 goal kicks at 1.55 odds. Venezuela win or draw versus Canada at 1.45 odds. My expert pick is halftime on the 5.5 corner kicks at 1.37 odds. Palmeiras home win or draw versus Bahia, 1.20 odds is that one. Expert pick is over 4.5 bookings at 1.39 odds. And also you can go for home to win or draw and on the 3.5 combo at 1.60 odds. Over 2.5 in Virtus versus Steaua Bucharest at 1.28 odds. And my expert pick is home to win either half at 1.40 odds. Also got Vikingo straight home win at 1.28 odds. My expert pick is going to be home team halftime draw no bet. Both teams to score in Dynamo Minsk versus Punik Yerevan. My expert pick on that one is going to be over 7.5 corner kicks. And finally, got over 2.5 in Velez versus Inter Turku. My expert pick on this one is going to be second half over 0.5 goals at 1.20 odds. And there you go, guys, our top predictions for this week on the Ensured Zone. Don't forget to catch us next week for more sport predictions and analysis. And if you want to get on in the action, you can follow us on social media at BetEnsuredINC to stay up to date with all our content. And you can as well visit our website on www.betensured.com to get more sport predictions with super high percentage of winnings. Don't forget to also like, subscribe and share. You can as well comment your view on our predictions. Until next time, my name is Tim. Stay passionate about football and keep it locked to the Ensured Zone, brought to you by Betensured.
The Ensured Zone with Betensured.